Hi, good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? I want to talk about value today, and in terms of your personal value, and also when it comes down to pricing your services and your offering. And we've all come across this where we're first of all trying to work out how do we price our services, and then looking at what the competition are doing and saying, am I at the same level? Do I price it the same? Do I price it more, or what? Or do I, if I'm actually coming into this as a freshie or a newbie, do I price it under what they're pricing? So don't forget, one thing I've learnt as well is we are, as much as people are looking for price, at the end of the day, what people are really looking for is the outcome. So the question that you need to ask is, what is the outcome that people are looking for? And if you're able to provide that outcome, what are they willing to pay for that? And so then does price become a factor, or just becomes a part of being able to get them to that spot? So for example, I'll give an example of if you've got a buyer's agency business, we've got a whole lot of different ranges, whether it's 1% to 2.5%, maybe even 3%. And so how do people decide on how they're pricing their services in that regard? And does it also reflect on then how much work goes into actually finding a site? So really depends. If you're for most buyers agents, they'll be pricing their services on a success fee, which might be 2.5%, whichever. However, you got to look at, if you are going to say be putting yourself in a niche, which may be, say, development sites, is that 2.5%? Does it actually cover the amount of work that you're actually putting in? Say if you're your development site buyer's agent and you're putting together information packs about the site, you're probably doing high level feasibilities, you're negotiating the site, you're actually looking, getting off market sites, liaising directly with the vendors, letter dropping, all of that. There's so much that goes into it. Now, if you're pricing your service at, say, 1%, obviously it depends as well. The price of the total purchase. Is that reflective of the amount of work and the value that you're bringing into the transaction? Because if that transaction was able to yield your purchaser 20%, 25%, 30%, and say you were to be able to quote them, say, 3% on your commission, are they going to pay that? There's a good chance that they'll say, yeah, I'll just factor that into whatever our feasibility is. So it all comes down to also our own personal value that we put on ourselves. Because I was speaking to a client, and it was a prospect rang about our services, a real estate agent, and we start talking about how he would price his services and commission. He says, oh, obviously because I'm a newbie, I'm going to price it cheaper than others. And I sort of say, oh, why is that the case? Are you doing less work? Is it no? So why are we pricing ourselves differently? Because are you already assuming that what you are able to provide is less than everyone else? What is the value that you are bringing to yourself? And this is something that we all go through. Some of us more so than others, when we, to a certain extent, have not built up that belief and confidence in ourselves that we can deliver. And then if you have, you sort of go, but I'm a newbie, I'm not quite sure. So that doubt still comes through to what it is that you're offering and for your potential clients as well. So a little bit of homework I want to be able to have you do today. If have a look. What I really want you to have a look at is your pricing structure and how you've placed yourselves amongst your peers, let's say competitors, right? And so, we do this for ourselves as well. Where do we sit in the space of, say, the outsourcing industry? However, we don't compete on price, because what we do is very different, and we bring a huge amount of value to property businesses and developers, because we understand the industry. We understand the industry. We understand the target market that you're speaking to. We understand what is needed to be able to get businesses from here to here. And so if that's the case, if we're able to do that and deliver, and not just sort of work on a per hour basis, whatever it might be, that's not it. It's the value that we bring to businesses. And so if we're able to achieve that, and the whole as a whole team behind that, that's where we put our value. And it's still an evolutionary process, whether it's for our business or your business. You always need to be looking at what are the things that you are doing that's bringing a huge amount of value to your client continuously, and continuously look at being able to serve them and add more value to what it is that you do, and again, to the bottom line of your business. So if you want, if you're sort of struggling with this, you might not be comfortable sort of popping it on the bottom, but I'd like you to sort of make some comments around, have you had, struggled with pricing your services and your products as well, and what that struggle has been. It'd be good to get your thoughts, and if you were able to overcome that, what you implemented. And if you want and you're still struggling with it, pop that out there, and we can also, this is a real collaborative process that we want to be able to empower small business owners to be able to grow and scale and get to the place that you want to be. And a lot of this, my good friend Tony Meredith talks about is that mindset. And we've got to be able to conquer I was going to say the devil's in your mind, but the speech in your mind that says, no, you're not enough, and be able to empower you and elevate you to the point where you're like, I am enough. I am worth every penny of what I have put on my quote or my agreement or whichever, and I'm going to deliver. Have a great day. And the lasting message is, you are enough, and you are worth every single penny of what it is that you're putting out there. Take care. Bye-bye.